Hello and welcome to this E4Clicks Project Estimator training video. Today we're going to look at copying and pasting. Alright, so we have two different clipboards in E4Clicks besides Windows clipboard. We have the estimate clipboard and the line item clipboard. So they work just the same except one works on estimates and one works on line items. So we'll take a peek at each one of those and see how the hotkeys are the same, the functions are the same, and hopefully this will help you get super efficient and geek you up a little bit. All right. Then we're going to take a look at Project Explorer, which is a way to get you estimates into your clipboards, line items into your clipboards much quicker. Okay. And then lastly, we're going to look at cloning, which will allow you to do some copy and paste within the estimate that you're in or within the project that you're in without jumping back and forth. So we're going to look at a couple of ways to make you more efficient, more effective as an estimator. We're going to swing over to E4Clicks. We're going to start on the Estimates tab of the Updating Project window. What we want to do is add a couple more estimates into this project here, and we've already done some estimates that are very similar to the work that we need done, so we just want to go and copy those from a different project and paste those into here. Makes sense, right? So let's close our estimate. And I've gone ahead and bolded it there just so you can see our new project there that we're working on. We're going to come up here to renovate bathroom. We're going to jump into here and let's grab some stuff. Let's say we need the men and women's bathrooms, okay? So we want to copy these four estimates to paste into that new construct building that we're doing, okay? Now we've tagged all four of these, so that's a little hint that we need to tag the items, whether they be estimates or line items that we want to look at. We'll focus on estimates first and then we'll go to line items. Right now our estimate clipboard is empty, okay? So there's no estimates in our estimate clipboard. How do you think we would add these four estimates into our clipboard? If you said right click, you are on it. If we go right click, estimate clipboard, you see that there? Then we get our estimate clipboard menu options. Right now we're empty, so we only see the ones to add estimates. We don't see any of the pasting options. Those are grayed out because there's nothing to paste, okay? So we've got copy and we've got cut. What's the difference between copy and cut? Exactly. Copy will copy the estimates to our clipboard and leave those estimates in the existing project. Cut will actually take them out of the existing project and they'll only exist now on the clipboard until we paste them again. Okay? Notice the hotkeys. This one's Control C, this one's Control X. We're going to see that paste here is going to be Control V. Those are probably pretty recognizable as that they're Windows standards hotkeys. Okay? You don't have to memorize them or anything, but we'll put them over on the side like we always do so you can get a little bit quicker if you'd like to. These also go along with some clipboard icons, okay? And so we've got some clipboard icons along here that I'll highlight in a little bit, okay? So estimate clipboard, let's copy these. Notice now we have four items in our estimate clipboard. These four, right? Let's say we're done with this project. Let's click OK. What if we needed some, I don't know, mechanical piping? Let's open up this mechanical piping job, and there's a nice estimate there, mechanical piping. So we need the four estimates that we grabbed here, but we also need this mechanical pricing. Wouldn't it be nice if we could just tag this and add it to the list? If we right-click and go to copy, you think that's going to let us do that? Is it going to let us add to that clipboard, or is it going to overwrite the clipboard? It's going to let us add to the clipboard. So if we copy this one as well, now we've got 5 items in our estimate clipboard. Pretty sweet, yeah? So let's come back here and let's go to our construct new office here, or new building, and let's get to work. We want to paste these in now. Let me do you one thing real quick. I'm going to tag this just so we can see all of these clipboard icons up here. Okay? So this top one is to copy. This one is to view the clipboard. This one's to paste. This one's to cut. This is to purge the clipboard, get rid of everything, so set it to 0 again. This one is to paste and then purge, and then there's cloning, which we'll take a look at. Okay, now out of those options, what do you think we want to do here to paste into this project. Yeah, let's do paste. I'm sorry. So let's go right click, Estimate Clipboard, and let's go paste from clipboard to project. Now, we can see that we got this one, and we've got paste and purge. So when we paste from the clipboard, do you think that clipboard is going to stay, or do you think it's going to go away? Yeah, it's going to stay. If we use this one, paste and purge, it'll paste them, and then it'll empty it out. Really good, really good. So let's paste from the clipboard, Control V. If you've watched the import-export video, you've probably seen this window, right? So this is set properties for newly imported estimates. It's the same exact process where whether we're importing it from a file or pasting it from our clipboard. So we get to see some different fields that we can play with. Again, probably the most important field is the totaling components. We get to either use the totaling components from the clipboard, whatever it left the existing project with, or we can change those to be whatever our current project default totaling components are. We could select the totaling schema. When after we click OK here in a second, it'll bring up another window where we could peruse through our list and choose one of our totaling schemas, or we could use none, and that would remove all totaling components. Now, because we're going to a new project, I'm going to go ahead and use the default project totaling components because I don't care what they used to be. I care about what they are going to be in my project, right? All right. One other cool thing, we could clear some stuff, that kind of deal, some quantity notes, neat takeoffs. Or another cool thing that we can do is automatically reprice these line items. So if these line items were from a previous year, say 2012, and now we wanted them to be, say, 2016, we could turn this on and we could update all of those line items from 2012 to 2016 in our paste process, which would be pretty sweet. Okay? We won't do that right here, but totally an option for us. So let's click OK here. And that's going to paste all 5 of those into our estimate. Notice we have some different totaling here. The originally, when it was copied, was 57,000. Now we're pasting it in and it's got a 72,000. So those totaling components that we changed have increased the value of the estimates by that much. So we click OK and we get those pasted in there. Can you tell which ones have been pasted? Exactly right. They've got a little clipboard icon next to each one of these. If you see a T, that just means there's totaling components on it. That's what that little icon means. But the paste clipboard icon means that we just pasted those in there. Pretty sweet, huh? Notice our estimate clipboard still has those 5 items in there. How would we purge those out? If you said right-click, Estimate Clipboard, and Purge Estimate Clipboard, you are on it, right? So we'll hit that, and now our Estimate Clipboard is empty. I'm just going to add a couple more of these back in here, just because I want to have some in here. So I'm going to hit Control-C, and that's going to put in those 3 items. Pretty cool? So we saw how to copy and or cut if we wanted to remove it. We saw how to paste it. We could paste and purge it to clear it totally out. And then we saw how to purge it out of our clipboard altogether. Now, what if we wanted to paste some of the clipboard icons on there, but not all of them? Okay? What if we just wanted some of the estimates to come in, but not all 3 in this case? That's when we'd use the View Estimate Clipboard. Okay? We could double-click right on this here, or we could use our toolbar icon. And again, if you watch the import-export videos, you saw this one. This one is going to summarize the 3 different estimates that we have, show us the line items that are in each one, and allow us to untag the ones we don't want, and then allow us to paste these into the estimate if we wanted to. Okay? And then again, we'd get the set properties for newly imported window, and we would get to go. It's going to bring those in just like that, and we can close it. Now we're going to notice that we actually have 2 in here. Okay? The one that we started with without the clipboard icon, right? And the new one which has the clipboard icon. If we did this accidentally or pasted in too many, that's totally cool. We can always hit the delete key on the keyboard and delete the highlighted one. All right? So I'm going to untag those. But that is a look at the estimate clipboard. Pretty sweet. Hopefully that helps you out a little bit. Now let's jump into the line item clipboard because I want to show you a couple of things. So I'm going to insert a new estimate here that we can play with a little bit. I'm going to come up to finishes and let's tag a couple of these and add them to our clipboard. Do you see any items in our line item clipboard yet? No, exactly right. So let's tag a couple of these. There, we've tagged them. How do we add these to our line item clipboard? Exactly. Everything is going to be the same. So if we go to our line item clipboard now, all the hotkeys are the same, all the commands are the same. It's going to be really sweet. All the toolbar icons we're going to see are going to be exactly the same there. Okay? So we can go copy, and that'll add those 3 items. If we go to a different estimate, say mechanical piping, and tag a couple of things, if we hit Control-C again, is it going to overwrite those 3 items, or is it going to add these 5? Control-C, now we've got the 3 plus the 8, now we've got, or the 5 to get us 8, exactly. So I'm going to close that back down, and let's go to our new estimate. How do we paste these 8 items into our estimate? Exactly, Control-V, or we can use our toolbar icon, or we can hit right-click, line item clipboard, and paste. What's the difference between paste from clipboard to estimate and paste and purge from clipboard? Exactly. This one will paste them in and clear that out, right? If we had some in here, Control-C, and we only wanted to paste some of the line items in, what could we do? Open up the clipboard, untag the ones we don't want to paste, and then we could paste these in. Do you see this option down here called Auto Reprice? This is very similar to what we saw a couple of minutes ago when we could reprice the entire estimate at the same time as well. So if we turn that on, then it'll walk us through that process. All right? But if we wanted to paste just this one in, we could right-click and we could paste that in. All right. Again, we're going to get a clipboard icon showing us the ones that have been pasted in. Okay, so I need to share you a quick hint at this point. When we paste stuff in from our clipboard, we're going to bring in the quantities, the notes, the takeoff, everything. Okay, you can see all that there. All the pricing information is right there. Now what we have to do is own our estimate. So just because we copied and pasted it doesn't mean it's perfect for the work that we're going to do right now. So we need to check our quantities. We need to check the line item itself, make sure if it's, say, flooring, that it's the right weight. We got to make sure all the stuff is correct for the scope of work that we're estimating and tweak some stuff out. Okay? So we might change the takeoff. We might change the quantity. Okay? What we can do is as we go in here, I'm just going to get Control-U, say we're going to change this, and maybe we're going to be 30 by 30. What happens is, after we touch a line item, the clipboard icon disappears. So what we can do is we can walk through each of our line items in each of our estimates to verify that we have touched all of the line items that we want to touch to make sure we own the scope for our new work. Okay, I hope that helps you out. So when we paste it in, we still have the responsibility to go and make sure that it's good for what we're doing this time. Okay, let me show you one more quick thing here. We have an estimate clipboard with 3 items, and we have a line item clipboard with 3 items, and an estimate clipboard with 3 items. How long do we keep these clipboards active? So we can go from project to project, and the clipboards will remain, but if we ever close the projects window, okay? So if we close the projects window right here, our clipboards will reset. They'll be cleared. They'll go back to 0. So if we close the program, if we have some stuff tagged and close the program one night and come back the next morning, those are going to be empty, the clipboards, because the project window in essence has been closed. So if we go back up here to Browse and Projects, or we click on the Projects toolbar icon, now when we open up our job, our estimate clipboard is going to be empty and our line item clipboard is going to be empty. Okay? So just remember that one. Let's do two more things now. We want to hit Project Explorer and we want to hit cloning. So these are good ones. Do you remember through this video we've been jumping in and out of projects and in and out of estimates to grab the stuff that we'd like to copy to then paste? What if we came to our destination, so we want to paste into this project? Wouldn't it be nice if we could stay here in the destination and then go collect different estimates or collect different line items to then paste in a minute? Well, that's what Project Explorer allows us to do. Okay, our little compass up here is the toolbar icon for Project Explorer. Or we can go into our clipboard menu options and come to the bottom one here, everybody's favorite hotkey, Control-Alt-X, right? If you got a good memory. And this can open up Project Explorer. Right now we have two empty clipboards for the line items and for the estimates. What this allows us to do is navigate through all of our different projects to collect either the estimates and or line items that we would like. Pretty cool? Again, here was Renovate Bathrooms, which we had gone to a little bit ago, and we could see the estimates that we had grabbed, right? What's really cool is we can check out each of the different filtering tabs here to go get even archived projects to copy and paste from. Pretty cool, yeah? What we would do here, we could tag one or more projects up on the top, and if we copied these, this would add all of the estimates from the tag projects and put it into our estimate clipboard, or we could add all of the line items from all of the tagged projects to our line item clipboard. So all of the estimates that would show up there and all of the line items we could put into those things. All right, I'm going to untag those for a second. Or we could come, say, to mechanical piping again, and we could just tag this estimate. We could add that estimate to our estimate clipboard. Or if we wanted to, we could add all of the line items from all the tagged estimates to the estimate line item clipboard. So I usually do this at the level that I'm going. So if I wanted to come here, you could tag you could tag like these two, and you could add all of these line items to the clipboard. And that would put a bunch of line items into the clipboard, but I wouldn't necessarily know which ones got put in there, right? So I'm going to purge all those out real quick, okay? What I do, though, when I do this is I focus a little bit more. So I go, yep, I definitely need the men's bathroom demolition and men's bathroom finishes. I want these two estimates. So in the estimate panel, right, project panel, estimate panel, line item panel, I'm going to add the tagged estimates to my estimate clipboard, and it's going to go from empty to 2. So boom, I own those. But maybe I also want to get some air conditioning unit stuff, but I don't need everything. I just need a couple of things. So what I would do in that case is I would highlight my project, then highlight the estimate I want, and then maybe I'll come down here and I'm going to look for a couple of different things. And I'm not going to look too deeply here, but say I want these 4 line items in a different estimate, okay? We can right click and add those tagged line items to the estimate clipboard, and that'll go from 0 to 4. And maybe I need some mechanical piping to go along with that. I'll come down here, whoops, sorry, got to watch my focus there. Come down here, and I need to get a couple of these, so we'll add those as well. And again, these are going to get added to the clipboard, not removed. And then once we have our clipboard how we want it, we can close Project Explorer. We could paste these new estimates into the project, roll through our stuff, and we can paste the new ones, okay? We could also come down to our new estimate here, and we could paste now from our clipboard. If we wanted everything, we could go ahead and do everything. If we wanted just part, we could do that. So I'll do everything this time, and let's use paste and purge. So line item clipboard, paste and purge. Those 7 items will come in, and the clipboard will be emptied, and those will be gone. Okay? So, pretty cool how Project Explorer allows you to collect the line items or estimates you'd like, and then paste them into your project. Pretty sweet, yeah? Let's do one more thing, and I'll let you go. Cloning. All right? Has anybody ever done like parking lots, like you did several parking lots or several roofs or several something, okay? I'm just going to hit Control B to bold that real quick so we can see that. What we could do here, and I'm just going to tag some random stuff here to add into there just so there's a little bit of money in there. So, did you see that? So I jumped in, Control C, Control V, did all that kind of stuff. Now, say I got this parking lot and I need to do about 5 of them, okay? Parking lot 1, parking lot 1, parking lot 2, 3, 4, 5. Which parking lot would you do first as an estimator? The easiest one or the hardest ones? What we hear a lot of times is do the hardest one, right? So let's do the hardest parking lot first. Then we'll clone that, make a quick copy of it, and then tweak out the stuff that we don't need or need to change, that kind of stuff, and then just do the subsequently easier ones until, boom, we're rocking and rolling, okay? So I'm going to rename this really quick because I want it to be parking lot 1. So I'm going to come over here to the General tab where the description is and do parking lot 1. How would I clone this estimate and make parking lot 2? So we know that we could hit Control P to purge, we could tag this, Control C to copy it, and Control V to paste that in to be parking lot 2. Okay? So that was a lot of different steps. So let's kill that one real quick. Wouldn't it be nice if we could just hit one hotkey or one process to make a quick copy of that? Okay? Yeah, of course. So let's highlight it. And then we're going to be looking for clone. Do you remember this guy right here? Clone. So we talked about it, but we really didn't hit it. When we do something to one item at a time, it does not have to be tagged. So let's untag that just for now. We can come down to our tool bag icon, our tool bag, right, our estimate tools, and we could come down to make a copy of the currently selected estimate. It's very similar to copy, but we already used Control C for copy, so let's use Control Y for clone, okay? So we can use this guy, and we're going to get that same window, and now we've got, did I do 12? I did 12, right? So we'll come and just fix that real quick. So there's parking lot 2. We jump in, we look at our paste icons, change the information that we need to, and then we can do parking lot 3. Control Y, hit me with a 3, boom, tweak it out, and then 4, and then 5, okay? We could do the same thing inside of an estimate. So if we knew we wanted to do expansion anchors in several different places and we wanted to be able to distinguish them, even though it's the exact same line item, we wanted to distinguish them between each other for different areas or different rooms or something, okay? So maybe this is going to be for room 101, okay? What we want to do now is say, okay, let's do the expansion anchors for room 102. So we could do a clone, a quick Control Y, right? Or we could come up to our clone icon and we could clone that real quick and we could say we only need 22 in this room and this one is going to be room 102. All right? So that's a quick way that we could clone that. So cloning. The most key thing to remember is if you're going to go from estimate to estimate, you can't clone an item because it happens only in the estimate. Okay, so if we're going to leave one estimate to go to another, we have to use the line item clipboard. The same thing with estimates. If we're going to jump from one project to another project, we have to use the estimate clipboard to copy and paste. If we're going to stay within the same project, then we can clone and we can make a copy of our estimate right here inside of the project. All right, so if we're staying put, we can clone. If we're moving between estimates or projects, then we have to use our clipboards. All right, pretty good? So I hopefully that walks you through copying and pasting. I know there's a couple different things there. We went through quite a bit, but it's because you got quite a few tools in your available to you there. So hopefully that helps you out with the copy and paste. Please check out our other videos. Feel free to reach out to the tech support team if we can do anything for you, and we just appreciate it. You have an awesome, awesome day. Thanks so much.